Okay, so this video is going to show you how you can get the best possible Wi-Fi connection to your Fire TV Stick or Fire TV Cube. More details coming up. Don't forget to like this video, share it and subscribe to my channel. Doing these three things will help us make more great videos for you. So as I say, this video is going to show you how you can get the best possible Wi-Fi connection to try and eradicate buffering, stuttering, cutouts on your Fire TV Stick or your Fire TV Cube. Now first of all, let's just have a look at where the Fire TV sits. Now it sits behind your TV generally. Now unfortunately it's not a good idea to have sending or receiving equipment behind any solid object. So really the sheer design of the Fire TV Stick is bad from the off, because like I say, a lot of Fire TV Sticks will sit directly behind the plastic of the TV, plug into the HDMI port, and that just simply isn't good, because the screen, all the electronics, the circuit boards all basically block the Wi-Fi signal from coming into the Fire TV Stick, unless of course you've got your Wi-Fi router behind the TV in the first place, then that's perfectly okay. But if you haven't, if it's in another room or another part of the room, then it's going to struggle to get the signal to the back of the TV. Now the Fire TV Stick hasn't got the greatest pickup on Wi-Fi either, not compared to other things like phones and laptops. They always seem to have a lower connection. So what can you do? Well, what I've found is that I've actually moved my Fire TV Stick to one of the top corners of the TV, either the left corner or the right corner. Now you might be thinking, how did I do that? Because I've got to have it plugged into the HDMI port on the TV. Simple, just buy an HDMI extension cable, one with a male socket on one end and a female socket on the other. The male socket goes into the HDMI port on the TV, female socket you plug the Fire Stick into and put it somewhere near the top of the TV. It might be a bit of a case of trial and error. Try it on the left hand side, try it on the right hand side, see if the signal improves. Or if you can stick it anywhere else, you know, underneath the TV for instance, or even if you've got a cabinet, beside the cabinet, underneath it, on top of it, just anywhere you can stick it. Try it in different places. The next thing you need to do is you need to look at your Wi-Fi access point or your Wi-Fi router. Is it actually hidden in a cupboard somewhere? Is it behind a cupboard? Is it behind any solid objects? Is it anywhere near a microwave oven or a cordless phone or another piece of electronic equipment that could interfere with a signal? Now, microwave ovens and cordless phones are known to severely degrade the quality of the signal coming out of a Wi-Fi router, so make sure that they're at least a metre apart from the Wi-Fi router. Make sure that your Wi-Fi router isn't in a cupboard, it isn't behind a cupboard or a solid object. Make sure that you haven't got any mirrors around it as well, because that can cause hassle with the Wi-Fi signal. If you get your Wi-Fi router from your internet service provider, has it been changed recently? Have they upgraded it? Obviously Wi-Fi has got better over the years, so if you're still using that 10-year-old router that your internet service provider sent you, then might be time to get in touch with them and say to them, can I have an upgrade to a better version? Make sure that your Wi-Fi router has not only got 2.4 gigahertz but 5 gigahertz. Most of the most recent routers do have 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz inside them. Now let's just have a look at my particular connection here. So I've got this BT Hub 5. Let's just check the network there. So I'm just going to press the play pause button, and as I can see, I'm only connected to the 2.4 gigahertz network. I want to be connected to the 5 gigahertz network really, because that has got better speed. Unfortunately the 5 gigahertz network isn't as strong as the 2.4 gigahertz network, but generally it does provide better throughput, even though the signal is generally lower. But in some cases you may well find that the signal might be too low to provide a good reliable connection on the 5 gigahertz network. So how do I make sure that my Fire TV Stick or my Cube is connecting to the 5 gigahertz network? Well, what you need to do is you need to go over to your hub and log into its interface. So I'm going to do that now. Now you might be asking, how do I log into it? Well, contact your router manufacturer or the internet service provider and ask them how you'd log into it. Now normally, if you can't do that, normally you'd go into a browser and you'd type in the address bar at the top of the screen, not in the search bar in the middle of the screen, but the address bar in the top of the screen. You'd type something like 192.168.1.1 or 192.168.1.254 or 192.168.0.1 or 192.168.0.254. Those are the most common ones, and then press enter or return and it should ask you to log in. Now the login is normally, details are normally on the back or underneath or the side of your router, so have a look for that. Hopefully there should be a username and a password there. The password is not normally the same as the Wi-Fi password, but could be at times. Worth a try if you can't find anything else. But if you really can't find those details or how to log into it, like I say, you will have to contact your router manufacturer or your internet service provider if your router was provided by them. So first thing I'm going to do here is, okay, I've got here on this router, it's a BT Hub 5, so I've got the 2.4 gigahertz network, which is the more powerful one, but generally doesn't provide that much speed. And then I've got the 5 gigahertz one, which is weaker, but generally has a better speed. So the network names are exactly the same, the 2.4 gigahertz and the 5 gigahertz. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the name of the 5 gigahertz network so I can manually select it on my Fire TV stick. So let's just do that. So here on the BT Hub, it's saying sync with 2.4 gigahertz. I'm going to say no. I'm going to select no to that. And I'm just going to change the name of the 5 gigahertz slightly, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to type at the end of the network name 5GHZ. Okay, I'm going to leave the password exactly the same. I'm going to scroll down, click on apply and click on yes on that, and then what I can do is I can go back to the Fire TV stick or the cube once it's actually changed. So it's saying here it's changing. There you go, it's now changed. So I'm going to go back to the Fire TV stick or cube, and if we scroll down, let's just see if I can find that network I just created. There you go, that's the BT Hub J8GF5GHZ. So I'm just going to go into that now. It's going to ask me for the password, so I didn't change the password. I'm just going to go ahead and do that. We'll come back to this in a sec. There we go, I've now connected into it. So let's just go in there and check the network. So okay, so we've connected to the 5 gigahertz network. It's saying that the network is functional, but the quality can be improved by positioning your router and TV closer together. Consider using range extenders, mesh routers if your Wi-Fi networks are not available or consistently showing poor signal strength. Avoid placing your TV near common sources of wireless interference such as electrical cables, microwave ovens, fluorescent lights, wireless and video cameras and cordless phones. So the signal strength on that isn't as good, but it's usually generally faster. Now another thing you can do to improve it even further is if we go back to the router, on the router interface itself we've got different channels here, so we can select any one of these channels. Now I must say some Fire TV sticks don't like higher channel numbers, so try and keep the channel number as low as possible, and generally you tend to find that the lower the channel number, the stronger the signal will be, or the easier it will be to get through solid objects. Now you might think to yourself, well, why don't you just select the lowest channel number all the time? Well, it might be that other Wi-Fi networks in your local area, i.e. your neighbours' Wi-Fis, there might be a lot of them on lower channels, such as channel 1 on the 2.4 gigahertz networks and loads of them on channel 36 on the 5 gigahertz networks, and these will all cause interference, which may cause a slowdown in itself. So it is really trial and error again. Just select a different channel, try it and see whether or not that improves the speed or the signal strength of your Wi-Fi connection. So there we are. I've just changed the Wi-Fi channel number, and okay, it's not made a major difference, but I've got an extra bar on my 5 gigahertz network there, so that might make the difference between a really good strong connection and a really poor connection, so it's worth trying. But as I say, there's a few things that you can try here, and that is make sure that you're using an up-to-date router. Make sure that the Fire TV stick is not encased in the back of your TV, not surrounded by lots of plastic. Try and move it to the edge of the TV if you can with an extension cable. Make sure that your router is also not behind any solid objects. Make sure that it's out there loud and proud and not stuck behind a vase, or there's a mobile phone next to it, or a microwave, or any solid objects in front of it. If you haven't had a router upgrade from your internet provider for a good few years, give them a call, see if they can offer you a better, more recent router. Try changing channel numbers on your router, and try making sure that your Firestick is connected to the 5 GHz network. If none of these improve things for you, then see if there's any way you can move your router closer to your Fire TV stick. If that's not possible, then you can always purchase a mesh Wi-Fi network. These are absolutely wonderful, and they basically redistribute the Wi-Fi all the way around your house, basically piggybacking off of one another. So you've got a master that plugs into your main router, and then generally you have 1 or 2 other Wi-Fi devices which basically carry the signal from the master to the next one and then on to the next one, to basically have, so you've got 3 Wi-Fi points in your house, or 2 Wi-Fi points rather than 1, and they all have the same network name and network password, so they basically just give you full blanket coverage on Wi-Fi throughout your house. Now you might be thinking to yourself, why don't I just get one of those 30 quid plug-in Wi-Fi boosters? Surely that does the job. No, not really. Not when it comes to streaming. Unfortunately, they just don't seem to cut it, although I'm probably going to get loads of comments saying I've got one and it works absolutely fine. Well, it may do in some situations, but really I've found them, in my experience, to be a complete waste of money, to be quite honest with you. But these mesh Wi-Fi systems seem to be the absolute best, and they just seem to do the job. If you can't do that, or that's not possible, try and see if you can get an Ethernet cable to your Fire TV stick or your Cube, and buy one of those adapters which allow you to add an Ethernet socket to your Fire TV stick or your Cube. Or finally, the other thing to try is power line adapters, which carry the internet through the electrical cabling that's already in your home, goes from your router to a socket near your Fire TV stick. Now, some of them do actually have the ability to plug directly in through Ethernet. Some allow you to set up a separate Wi-Fi network which you can connect your Fire TV stick to. So there you go. So many options there for you. Hopefully one of these suggestions will help improve your Wi-Fi connection. If you've got any other suggestions, then please don't forget, comment down below. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know as well, if you've tried any of these suggestions, what worked for you. That would be most helpful, and hopefully you found this video helpful yourself. If you did, then why not stick around, have a look through my YouTube channel. I've got thousands of other videos covering all sorts of subjects. Hopefully you'll find something to educate you, entertain you, amuse you, and maybe even save you some money. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, hit that like button. If you think your friends, your family or your work colleagues might like it, then don't forget to share this on your social media timelines. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you find out about all my latest videos the second they're released. Hit that subscribe button, then hit the bell, then hit all. You can also find me on Twitter at CWTech, and also find my website at cwtech.co.uk. Liking, sharing and subscribing really helps support this channel. Thank you very much.